It is Monday, August 17th, 2020, and this is an update on the status of India's floods. We have 3 pieces of information that cover this developing story today, including Central Water Commission flood advisory for several states, cloudburst, flash floods likely in some hill districts in north. Also, courtesy of Scroll.in, IMD flags moderate risk of flash floods in central India in the next 24 hours. And last, a series of photos that show the impact of India's floods. We also have some footage playing in the background of today's video. Let's hop into it. And our first article is courtesy of TimesOfIndia.com. Central Water Commission flood advisory for several states, cloudbursts, flash floods likely in some hill districts in north. The Central Water Commission Monday issued a flood advisory for several states, warning some hill districts in the north of likely flash floods and landslides as heavy rains continue to wreak havoc in parts of the country. The advisory for Himachal Pradesh, Punjab, Haryana, Uttarakhand, and Uttar Pradesh said there's a likelihood of rise in water levels in rivers such as the Ganga, Sutlej, Ravi, Beas, Ghaggar, Yamuna, and Bhagirathi due to a forecast of very heavy rains there. There is likelihood of flash floods in some of the hill districts in these states in association with cloudburst. Necessary precautions have to be taken for possible landslides and blockages of river flows due to landslides in high ranges of these states, it said. The advisory for Odisha, Telangana, and Andhra Pradesh said heavy to very heavy with isolated extremely heavy rainfalls are likely over Telangana and Chhattisgarh over the next 24 hours. Due to ongoing extremely heavy rainfall, the Godavari River is also getting good flows due to rain in Chhattisgarh, Maharashtra, and Telangana, the advisory said. The Polavarium project on Godavari in Andhra Pradesh is likely to get around 40,000 cubic meters per second, and Lakshmi Barrage around 20,000 cubic meters per second till Monday night, and is expected to rise in view of the rainfall forecast, it said. The Indravati River is likely to rise in Dantewada and Narayanpur districts in Chhattisgarh, while the Subari is likely to rise rapidly in districts of Odisha and Sukma district in Chhattisgarh and East Godavari district of Andhra Pradesh, it said. The advisory for Maharashtra, Gujarat, and Goa said there is likelihood of rise in water levels in the basins of Lower Mahi, Lower Narmada, Lower Tapi, and Damenganga. Water level for Narmada, Tapi, and Damenganga rivers are likely to rise rapidly due to rains which are predicted over the next 4 to 5 days, it said. Madhuban Dam in Valsad district is likely to get heavy inflows. At present, the dam has storage of 67.09%. A close watch has to be maintained, and release of water, if any, has to be done. It should be with due care and after informing all downstream districts, including Union Territory of Daman, the CWC said. Other dams in this region, such as the Kadana Dam on the River Mahi and Panam Dam on River Panam, are expected to get increased inflows. The Hatner Dam in the Jaljian district of Maharashtra is likely to get an inflow of around 1,505 cubic meters per second until Monday night. Due to the forecast of extremely heavy rain in their catchment, there is likelihood of sudden rise in inflows, which may have to be regulated properly following the rule curves and standard operating procedures, after informing all downstream districts well in advance, it said. As the rainfall of higher intensity is likely to continue for at least 1 to 2 days, there is likelihood of rise in levels of rivers along the west coast in Maharashtra and Goa, in the west flowing rivers between Tapi and Tadri. Necessary precautions have to be taken on road and rail bridges which pass through these areas as they are prone to submergence. Care should be taken to regulate road and rail traffic to avoid any incidents, the advisory said. The situation will continue for another 3 to 4 days, it said. Thank you for watching this video. If you're finding it informative, please consider giving the channel a subscribe. And our next article is courtesy of Scroll.in. IMD flags moderate risk of flash floods in central India in next 24 hours. The Central Water Commission on Monday predicted floods within the next 24 hours for certain parts of central India and attributed it to the India Meteorological Department's flash flood guidance, reported the Hindustan Times. The commission categorized the risk at the moderate level. The areas that face the threat of flash floods are North Chhattisgarh, East Madhya Pradesh, West Madhya Pradesh, and a few surrounding areas of Gujarat subdivision, the commission said in its flood forecast, according to ANI. And our last piece of information is a series of photos of the recent floods in India. And I think that's a good place to wrap up today's video. I hope that you found it informative, and check back soon for more content.